That I have behind me, that's the beginning of the Atlantic Ocean. That is Africa, the mountains that you see on the other side. Morocco, actually. Then from there starts the Mediterranean Sea. And I am right now on the side of the European country, the southest point of Europe. Actually, we stand there, which seems to be, someone told us that's the southest house in Europe. And just standing here, I was just thinking about something that I think relates to what we normally discussing here. And there's this strange sense of we as humans experience ourselves like a point in between worlds. One side, you will swear you're human. One side, you also swear that this life doesn't feel real enough. Like, seems like a movie, like you're just burned. You don't even remember being burned. There is death that we don't know. Where do people go when they die? Does anybody know? And the whole thing of what is behind, what was before the Big Bang, and what's the whole point of being alive here in a planet in the middle of the galaxy? What does this all mean? And we just make it like, just my normal life. I'm just a normal human, living a normal life with, I don't know, a car, a job, and everything feels so real. But at the same time, we know it's not real. We know this must be a plot of a dream or something like that. And yet it feels normal. And when you consider things like, well, things that we discuss in this channel a lot, like how this world is illusory, then you have a part of you that says, no, that's not true. My life is completely real. You see, and how is it possible that other people live the same things as I do if this is all a universe and this is me? You know, there comes all these questions that are from the point of view of being a body and being limited, and just come. And you know what? They have a point. And I know I'm always talking about the illusory aspect of the universe, but on the other hand, you are real. You are real. Because many people get this idea of the illusory world or Maya or the simulation, and they take it as nothing makes sense. Like, what's the point of being alive? And they wouldn't feel respect for their own body or anybody else. And the opposite is truth. When you actually relax and experience presence, and you start noticing that some way your mind's still thinking, but there is something in the background of your life that seems to be transcendent. That's the whole world seems to be inside of you. And then everything just feels like different worlds converging into your experience, the personal and the impersonal. And both of them are true, because when you're in a dream and you're dreaming that you're having a dream, it feels very real. And in some way it's real, because what is the dream made of? Even when all this is a dream, let's say, and it could be seriously questioned, there has to be something that is real. Otherwise, there is no chance that we could be just considering this. There is some reality, some way, here and now. There is reality to every aspect of our experience. When in this channel I refer to illusion, I don't mean it like there is nothing that is real. There's something that is real. But what we react to, and if you want me to give you maybe a simpler way of explaining this, when you're suffering at any level, when life that feels anything less than satisfactory, enjoyable, and peaceful, it's because you are reacting to your own, the meaning that you have given to this world. And behind, you could say in a relative sense that the atoms that make this world are some way real, if you want to. This is not completely exactly true, but just for you to have an idea that we're living in some sort of like a playground where everything, the quantum field is there for you, and you can experience in so many ways. And it depends on what is the perspective you take. If you take the perspective of being just a person and being living this real world with these real illnesses and wars in the world and all this kind of very real aspect of being human, then everything feels very solid and rigid and somewhat confusing, because there's another part of you that just wants to have fun and just wants to take things lightly, and you want to live in the moment. At the same time, you have to be a human, but you don't have to be at the same time. And I think that's the beauty and the mystery of being living this experience. I hope this makes sense to you, and I hope this some way that mystify this whole idea of the world being illusory. What is what? Well, like this crossing of continents and seas and oceans. You know what? Everything is an experience, and all of them are legit, and you're free to take the position you feel like in any given moment.